Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to talk about what we're going to be doing today. So since my last video, my introduction video, I've been thinking about how I wanted to take the channel in my next video. And I think it would be really important if we went ahead and just went through the timeline of the toy industry. So the first company to develop and create the first Star Wars toys was Kenner, which started in 1977 for the original films and went on until 1985. Sometime during the 90s, they lost their rights to Hasbro, which is the toy company that produces the toys we have now. And they started their first toy line in 1995, which was the Power of the Force. So when the Power of the Force was created, one of the big significant things about it was they haven't had any toys in about a decade. So now we have toys which we haven't seen in a while, and the big significant difference as well was there was a lot more details and there was a lot better design. And because of that, it was widely accepted across the world and by all fans. It was a really good idea. Not to mention, it's one of my favorite toy lines that Star Wars has made, and I have a lot of it, which we will be getting into later on. Next in the timeline, though, would be in 1996, a year after they started making The Power of the Force, came out the Shadows of the Empire toy line, which was basically the same as Power of the Force, except it was run off the comic books, The Shadows of the Empire. So you had a small collection of the different style of toys that you never seen before. They were based in between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. So it's more of a fan fiction toy line that happened. It's also one of my favorites, and I have a few of those. So now we're going to move on to 1998, when Hasbro created prequel toys. And what I mean by that is they made toys that came out to promote Episode 1. They were pretty cool. They had a few of them. They had some flashback photos. But then in 1999 was released the Episode 1 Phantom Menace toys, which was promoting the new movie Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which had new characters like Darth Maul, Qui-Gon Jinn, and of course, little Anakin. And I just want to say now, I like the prequels because they gave us new content and new ideas, which we've never seen before. Also, something really important about the toy line that was created for the Phantom Menace was that all the toys came out with these things called Comtex, which was these little microchips that had little voiceovers inside of them, which you could buy the Comtech device to play those. So that was a new thing that was introduced, which I believe was really successful. So moving on to the next toy line, which was the Power of the Jedi, which was from 2000 to 2002. Its main success was to merge the prequels and the original trilogy together, which I believe they successfully did that. Next would be the Star Wars Saga toy line, which was from 2002 to 2004. Mainly, it focused on the Attack of the Clones, which I also believe was executed really well. The next toy line that came out for Star Wars was the Star Wars Original Trilogy Collection. It mainly came out for the support of the release of the original trilogy on the DVD. The toys were slightly altered, maybe some different painting schemes, maybe different colors, but they all came out in conjunction for the DVD release. Next, finally, came out the Star Wars the Saga Collection toy line, which came out from 2006 to 2007. This one's my favorite because it brought all the films together and all the characters in this big new collection, and I thought that they executed it and did it really well. Next is the 30th anniversary toy line that was created from 2007 to 2008, celebrating the 30th anniversary of Star Wars. The toys were released with a limited edition coin, which right now is actually really hard to come by, but will be really exciting if we can get our hands on one. Next will be the Star Wars Legacy Collection, which was from 2008 to 2010. And something really cool about this one was that this was released with the Clone Wars animated TV series, which I really love, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do. as well. Some of the biggest highlights for this one was it brought back the Build-A-Droid concept, which was from 1979. And basically, the Build-A-Droid concept was when you have a toy, there was another part of a droid inside of there, so you'd have to buy multiple of the toys to build another droid. It was pretty cool. Another feature of this toy line was that it did include all 6 movies as well. Next will be the Star Wars Vintage Collection, which was from 2010 to 2013, and this will also be one of the biggest fans' favorites because it brought back the old style packaging from the original trilogy that was made by Kenner. So it goes back all the way back to 1977 when we first were introduced to Star Wars, and I feel like that had a really nice touch when they brought that back. On top of that, they introduced the newer characters with this type of packaging, and I feel like that's really important to promote the new stuff with the old stuff, and I feel like it really brought it together. And now I'm going to get to the final toy line, which would be the Star Wars Black Series. Now this is on my top of my list because the toy brand has been going on since 2013 till now. So it's been going around for probably the longest out of all of the toy brands besides the original trilogy by Kenner. And I've really been enjoying it. There's a lot to offer and there's a lot of great details to these. And I really want to thank you guys for sticking through this video. I know it's a bit long, but it's one of those videos I need to get through the phase of this channel. Now, before I end this video, I do want to mention I did leave out some other toy lines that I just felt like it would have dragged on the video, but we will cover those whenever we come across the toys that are in those toy lines. We are getting really close for me to be promoting my real first video where I actually open up and look at some real toys, which will be the Power of the Force, just because I feel like it's in the right era. It would be easier to start off there, and as we start to progress through the channel, when we start generating ideas from you guys, then I can start expanding off to different toy lines or even just other companies such like Sideshow or Gentle Giant. Like I said in my intro video, there was so much to explore and look at. So let's get started, and thank you guys for watching again.